Today I'm going to be reading you a story called Wednesday Surprise. It was written by Eve Bunting and illustrated by Donald Carrick. Now, he can edit from there, right?
Yes.
So, okay. Today I'm going to be reading a story called The Wednesday Surprise. This story was written by Eve Bunting and it was illustrated by David Carrick. We're going to be using a reading strategy today called inferring, and this is a strategy where we will be thinking about what the author is not actually telling us in so many words. It's kind of like reading between the lines. The author will give us some information and we will have to use our brain power to figure out what they really mean. So we're going to begin by thinking about what we know about surprises and just kind of imagining a surprise, what that would be like for you. For me, I imagine presents and cake and people coming over and just a big celebration when I think of a surprise. And then it happening on a Wednesday makes me wonder if it's somebody's birthday maybe, because it is the middle of the week. And then I'm also looking at the cover and I'm noticing that the woman looks to be a grandmother perhaps with her granddaughter, and they're reading a story together. So it's kind of getting my brain thinking about what their relationship might be like. The Wednesday Surprise. I like surprises. But the one Grandma and I are planning for Dad's birthday is the best surprise of all. We worked on it Wednesday nights. On Wednesdays, Mom has to stay late at the office, and my brother Sam goes to baseball practice at the Y. That's when Grandma rides the bus across town to stay with me. I watch for her from the window, and I blow on the glass to make breath pictures while I wait. When I see her, I call, "Sam, she's here!" And he says it's okay to run down the long stairs and wait by the door. "Grandma!" I call. I'm looking at the picture too, and I'm seeing a cake with some candles. So I'm still thinking that perhaps it's something to do with a birthday. "Anna!" She's hurrying, her big cloth bag bumping against her legs. We meet and hug. She tells me how much I've grown since last week, and I tell her how much she's grown too. This is our joke. Between us, we carry her lumpy bag upstairs. I show Grandma my breath picture, if it's still there. Mostly she knows what it is. Mostly she's the only one who does. So when I'm reading this page, I'm still questioning what kind of a relationship that the grandma and the daughter have. And it seems to be a very close one. And the reason I think that is because they seem to have their own special way of joking with each other. And they have some kind of a secret that they're sharing. And then she says something about that Grandma will know about the picture that she drew on the window, and that she's the only one that would know, which leads me to think that the Grandma and the daughter have a special surprise, a special secret that they're sharing. On Wednesday nights, we have hot dogs. "Have you heard from your dad?" Grandma asked Sam. "He'll be back Saturday, same as always," Sam says, "in time for his birthday." "His birthday?" Grandma raises her eyebrows, as if she's forgotten all about that. Grandma is some actress. When Sam goes, she and I do the dishes, and then we get down to business. I wonder why Grandma is acting like she doesn't know what's going on. I'm thinking perhaps she doesn't want Sam to know. So this leads me to believe that the secret truly is between Grandma and Anna. I sit beside her on the couch, and she takes the first picture book from the bag. We read the story together, out loud, and when we finish one book, we start a second. We read for an hour, get some ice cream, and then read some more. Grandma gives me another hug. Only 7 years old and smart as paint already. I'm pleased. They're all going to be so surprised on Saturday, I say. Now I'm kind of wondering, because the title of the book is Wednesday's Surprise, and they're saying the surprise is going to be on Saturday. So I'm wondering if what they're doing together on Wednesday has something to do with Saturday's surprise, with Dad's birthday. And there were a birthday cake with candles on the picture that she made on the window, so that kind of makes me think that it has something to do with Dad's birthday. When Sam comes home, we play card games, and when Mom comes, she plays too. You'll be here for the birthday dinner? Mom asked as Grandma is getting ready to leave. Oh, yes, the birthday, Grandma says vaguely, as if she's forgotten again. As if we hadn't been working on our special surprise for weeks and weeks. Grandma is tricky. I'll be here, she says. Now I'm thinking it's something definitely that they're doing on Wednesdays. And it sounds like they've just been reading to each other and eating ice cream. So I'm kind of wondering what the surprise is. Something definitely has to do with their time that they spend together on Wednesdays alone. Sam walks Grandma to the bus stop. As they're going down the stairs, I hear him say, "What have you got in this bag, Grandma? Bricks?" That makes me smile. Dad comes home Saturday morning, and we rush at him with our happy birthdays. He has brought Sam a basketball magazine and me a pebble, smooth and speckled as an egg, for my rock collection. I found it in the desert, close to the truck stop, he says. It was half covered with sand. Oh, I was wondering why Dad was only home on the weekends, and he has been finding things along by a truck stop, which leads me to believe that perhaps he's a truck driver and that he's only home on the weekends. I hold it, imagining I can still feel the desert sun hot inside it. How long did it lie there? What kind of rock is it? This tells me a lot about the character of Anna. She's a very curious little girl. It sounds like she's wanting to learn as much as she possibly can. Dad has stopped to pick wildflowers for Mom. They're wilting, and she runs to put them in water. Then Dad has to go to bed because he has been driving his big truck all through the night. I was right, he is a truck driver. While Dad sleeps, Sam and I hang red and blue streamers in the living room. We help Mom frost the cake. We made Dad's favorite dinner, pot roast. And our gifts are wrapped and ready. I watched for Grandma and helped carry the bag upstairs. Wow! Sam should feel how heavy it is now. Grandma has brought a ton of books. We hide the bag behind the couch. I am sick from being nervous. Grandma usually has seconds, but tonight she doesn't. I don't either. I can tell Mom is worried about the pot roast, but Grandma tells her it's very good. It seems to me that the author is inferring that there's a lot of tension, a lot of nervousness, that they're in a hurry and they're not relaxed about what they're doing. So I'm thinking that the surprise has got them pretty nervous. I'm wondering why. Are you feeling well, Mama? Dad asked Grandma. How are your knees? Fine, fine. The knees are fine. Dad blows out the birthday candles and we give him his gifts. Then Grandma shoots a glance in my direction and I go for the big bag and drag it across to the table. I settled it on the floor between us. Another present? Dad asks. It's a special surprise for your birthday, Dad, from Grandma and me. Now, I'm thinking about that I know there are books inside the bag and that they've been reading these books together every Wednesday without letting anybody know. So I'm kind of wondering if perhaps Grandma is teaching Anna how to read, because maybe Anna has been a struggling reader, and perhaps they're wanting to surprise the family to show them how much better of a reader Anna is. My heart's beating awfully fast as I unzip the bag and give the first book to Grandma. It's called Popcorn. I squeeze Grandma's hand and she stands and begins to read. Mom and Dad and Sam are all astonished. I wonder why. What do you think? Dad jumps up and says, "What's this?" But Mom shushes him and pulls him back down. Grandma has the floor. She finishes Popcorn, which takes quite a while, gives the book back to me, and beams all over her face. This makes me think that Grandma must be the one learning to read. I think that because it sounds like it took her a very long time to read the book, and it says that she was smiling, very proud. She's beaming, which means that she's smiling with a lot of pride. And so now it's making me think that, oh, it wasn't Anna after all. Grandma was the one learning to read. Well, who do you think taught Grandma how to read? My goodness! Mom is beaming too. When did this wonderful thing happen? When did you learn to read? Anna taught me, Grandma says. On Wednesday nights, I add, and she took the books home and practiced. You were always telling me to go to classes, 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 Grandma says to Dad. She looks at Mom. You must learn to read, you say. So I come to Anna. I wonder why Grandma had never learned to read. It makes me wonder if she came from another country and perhaps she had not learned how to read in English. I'm not sure. Maybe she didn't have an opportunity to go to school. I don't know. I giggle because I'm so excited. Grandma reads and acts out the Easter pig and the velveteen rabbit. Makes me think it must be Easter time, probably in the spring. It's much smarter if you learn to read when you're young, she tells Sam sternly. The chance may pass along with the years. Sam looks hurt. But I can read, Grandma. It makes me wonder why Grandma is lecturing Sam. I wonder if Grandma maybe just didn't have an interest in reading when she was young and didn't learn, and years later she regretted that, and perhaps she was trying to encourage Sam to be a little more interested in reading at his age when it'll be a little easier for him. Nevertheless, she takes out another book. Are you going to read everything in that bag, Mama? Dad asks her. He's grinning, but his eyes are brimming over with tears, and he and Mom are holding hands across the table. That makes me believe that they are very surprised and very, very proud of Grandma. Maybe I will read everything in the world now that I've started, Grandma says in a stuck-up way. I've got time, and then she winks at me. So, Anna, what do you think? Was it a good surprise? Well, what do you think? I run to her and she puts her cheek against mine. The best ever, I say. What a lovely book. And it just goes to show you that what you think is happening is not always what's happening. You have to use clues and find information, and then little by little the storyline can start coming together for you.